Enzo Benito starting from the pole position alongside, of course, the BMW M Team BS competition driver of Niels Nyox. They get racing once again here at Spa. Marcel Cinčić having a bit of a slower start from the second row of the grid. Dara McCormack going on the attack in his Williams eSports car as they head down to that first corner. It's also been a slow start from Maximilian Benecke, dropping back a single position. It's a clean run down the hill on the race start. They all return essentially to their qualifying positions. Benito leading from Nyox, from Cinčić, from McCormack. How much side by side do we have into Eau Rouge and Radion, George? Absolutely none.
No, they know the procedure here as they now head up through towards the Kemmel Straight. They're in behind Dara McCormack. A little look on the side of Marcel Cinčić. There's Kevin Ellis Jr., who's currently sat in 7th, but we've got a tie-up here now with Tommy Usgaard. Thomas Tatler also in the mix as well. Cinčić under threat as they head through now Les Combes. Side by side they remain. Just look at this though. You can see Dara McCormack trying to muscle his way through Malmedy. Side by side as they head through now down the hill. Cinčić now with a nose in front, but Dara McCormack here will slide it through the inside of Rivage. Look at Tormala as well, who's trying to fight his way through past Kaiki Oliveira. An absolutely relentless getaway here in lap 1 of 7, and still they remain side by side, heading through now lane corner.
He's been out wide. Mac got pushed a little bit. It's a corner that bit him a little bit in the live event as well. We went through No Name, and so this occasion not too bad. McCormack getting hanging on to 4th position, but they've lost 1.4 seconds to Niels Nyox and Enzo Benito.
They're all together now, but the Mouse Audi, who's now taking an outside line, is he going to hold it heading through towards turn 1? It's certainly not going to be easy for him because in comes Thomas Tatler again. Look at this, Jakub Brzezinski as well. Tommy Usgaard also in the mix of it, but still, it is Sorensen who has now held onto the position. Head through this very fast left-hander, and of course Sorensen will need to get past Kevin Ellis Jr. before he can even consider having a fight against Yanni Torma. But look at this from Kevin Ellis Jr. Very aggressive heading into bus stop chicane, and look at this now from Lasse Sorensen. Big chance now to take the position. Kevin Ellis Jr. a little squirrely on exit as they now head towards La Source now. They're side by side. I think Sorensen might have him. He has the inside line through La Source in turn 1, and going out wide slightly there was also Yanni Tormala. I tell you what, nothing is safe in that P6 place.
Yeah, a couple of bumps, bangs and weaves there. That was way too aggressive. Ellis Jr. I think he might have missed his braking, so taking a very tight line down into the bus stop and got thrown right into the side of Yanni Tormala. He won't be particularly pleased by it. It does seem as though Kevin Ellis Jr.'s got a lot of work on his hands to try and work his way up inside that top 6. You can see he's not particularly pleased driving there in Corby in the Apex Racing Team facility as he still runs around in 8th position. Lasse Sorensen though trying to get around the outside for 6th position for that final transfer spot, and he's going to do it through Les Combes. That's absolutely sensational from Lasse Sorensen. Could we see 2 Furia cars into the final?
But now you can see the pace in that BMW, the 2 BMWs together as they make contact, heading up through now towards Les Combes, coming through now very shortly towards Malmedy, and still with the inside line. Sorensen should be able to marshal the attack here from Tormala, who loses the rear end slightly, and that could put him at risk though as they head down in towards Rivage. You can see there as well Thomas Tatler coming at his Jr. Oh my goodness me! Oh, well, I'm not sure what to say about it. You can see there the Williams car also spinning off as well. That's Jakub Brzezinski, everybody. Incredible scenes. The gap between him and Thomas Tatler now sits at 1.1 seconds. This is the replay, and there you can see there wasn't really a gap there, Lewis, was there? Let's be honest.
Like I say, that might have been, I think this one as well, because we didn't quite catch this one on the broadcast. I mean, that you just pushed Yanni Tormala straight off the road. We'll have to focus our attention slightly up from this because Enzo Benito's coming out of the final corner to win his first race in ESL R1, being semi-final 1. He'll cross the line ahead of Niels Nyox, ahead of Marcel Cinčić, McCormack, Oliveira, and just about Sorensen. Only a 10th between them. Thomas Tatler getting knocked out here in semi-final 1. As it is a fantastic start from our pole sitter of Luke Bennett. But look at this from Siggy straight down the inside of Yuri Toman. Heading into the first corner, he's trying to attack to make it a team red line 1-2. As we head down the hill out of La Source. Again, all the side-by-sides in the background. I think Yuri Toman might have to lift out of this one. There is Bennett, your race leader. Then it is Siggy, so he has moved up into 2nd position. Yuri Toman down to 3rd. Then Fluke, Ozilderim and Moritz Lerner still keeping Josh Rogers at bay, George.
Yeah, Luke Bennett getting off to a great start, but so did Kevin Siggy. Red line now, 1 and 2, but look at Toman, he's getting the toe up through towards Lakecom as well, but look at the red line cars, that defensive wall they're providing against the force of RAG. Yes. Jamie Fluke as well going side by side as well with Ulas Azilnarim. Look at Joshua Rogers, they're going to break into the top 6, can he do it? Lerner says no here at this point here on lap 1. Still it's Bennett in front, Siggy in second, Toman in third, and there you see Joshua Rogers constantly knocking at that door, but Lerner is failing to answer here.
Yeah, certainly so. As again, we're seeing them fly their way through. Got to be said for Yuri Toman. He's got no real needs to kind of make that move.
But there's Joshua Rogers still ever quick, heading through the Blanchimont corner. Might have a chance to open up the door here on Moritz Lerner, heading in towards bus stop. You can see that Lerner defending to the inside. Oh my goodness me! A tap there from Marco Pajic. They came together at bus stop. Again, maybe a mismatch in the braking zone. And Mac Backham now towards the tail end. He's got Josh Rogers with him. Heartbreak here for Porsche Goanda.
Let's see this once again. So it was just a complete misjudgment from Marco Pajic straight into the rear end of Josh Rogers.
We got another move further down, Moritz Lerner, this time on Jamie Fluke. I tell you what, Moritz Lerner not content with just going through. He wants to go through in style, making the move, heading in towards Lakecom. Jamie Fluke undeterred. The Mouse Audi now up into 4th place.
He's going to have to settle behind Siggy, and he's going to have to settle behind Luke Bennett. An absolutely superb drive from Bennett. He'll cross over the start-finish line to win yet another race. It's semi-final 2, but more importantly for Redline is a 1-2 for Redline. Yeah, indeed, Dara McCormack on pole position. Could we see our 4th different manufacturer winning in the 4th round of ESL R1? McCormack's the one with the control on that. He has a decent launch down towards the first corner. It was also a decent launch from 3rd position of Kevin Siggy, who's got down the inside of the Audi R8 of Yuri Toman. RAG out wide. That is going to be Kevin Siggy making progress for the second consecutive race down into that first corner. Dara McCormack hanging on to the race lead. Plenty of side-by-side. They're all going to be jostling for positions as they head down towards Eau Rouge and Radion. Is single file towards the front. McCormack, Toman, Siggy, Niox, Benito and Oliveira inside that top 6. I don't think there's been any major dramas as we head up towards Lakecom for the first time. What's going to happen here? Kevin Siggy into the slipstream. He's going to try and go for a move on Dara McCormack, the race leader, as they head down towards Lakecom. You can make this stick around the outside if you are brave, and trust me, Siggy's the braver than most as he sends it through the outside of Lakecom. Dara McCormack, though, calm as you like as we head through Malmedy, is going to hang on to the race lead.
Blissful start there from Dara McCormack, exactly what he needed, a little shake of the wheel to try and maintain the grip as they now enter Rivage, but you can see now Kevin Siggy, ever relentless is the Slovenian as he now works his way through this next sector, now deep dive in towards Jackie X corner. McCormack holding his own, Benito now in 4th, chasing Yuri Toman, who lost that front row spot at the helm of Kevin Siggy, who got the launch of his life, heading out of La Source, heading through towards Eau Rouge and Radion, but no one can usurp Dara McCormack. Could this be a huge result here for Williams? But we've still got plenty of laps to go.
Side by side between Bennett and Lerner in the background. Bennett down the inside coming through Fania. He's got the outside for the second part though, so he's going to have to wrestle this one through. Bennett's trying to make it stick. He's trying to get himself involved. This is not where the round 3 winner was expecting himself to be in this. It's not where Mouse expected themselves to be, battling it over the final position in the final. You're absolutely right though, an absolutely sterling start to the race for Dara McCormack.
Yeah, rounding now the Blanchimont corner side by side. They remain. Jamie Fluke there with the inside line heading in towards bus stop. But can Sorensen continue his rampant rise? He's got Marcel Chinchik on his inside as well, who looks to take him. Super move from Marcel Chinchik. Opportunistic to say the least. And they remain side by side, heading down towards La Source now. Jamie Fluke still in 7th. Chinchik giving chase as they make their way into turn 1. Can Chinchik secure it off Sorensen? They rip the paint off each other's cars as they exit out of turn 1 here on lap 2. Still side by side now, but Chinchik with enough of a rise, heading out of turn 1, the overspeed prevailing as they head up through Eau Rouge and Radion. It's Chinchik up into 8th place.
Yeah, a couple of separations happening here. Oliveira and Niox dropping off of the top 4 at the moment. Niox trying to make his way back through on Oliveira, feeling like he's got the pace in his BMW M Team BS competition. Oliveira with the inside lining into late con, but it's the straight line speed advantage from Niox, the German, making his way through and up into 6th position. Look at that though, that's Ozilderim who's gone straight on at late com. And that's going to be a massive send, and he is going to be dropping right the way down the order.
Contact there and a little adjustment there from Kevin Siggy as Yuri Toman might have caught him by surprise as they make their way down through. Now, is that a team tactic to bring Benito into the fight? Look at this now, Yuri Toman inside line in towards turn 1. It's now kicking off here at Spa-Francorchamps as now the RAG Audi LMS R8 powers through into 2nd place. Yuri Toman now at the, well, certainly at the height of his might here in P2, but look at Kevin Siggy coming back fighting as they go over the crest here at Eau Rouge and Radion.
That was nearly an almighty crash between Yuri Toman and Kevin Siggy. Of course, a couple of bumps there at the final complex. I'm sure that'll be looked in by race control. They won't feel particularly pleased. Watch Siggy go for a send here. He's going to be absolutely fuming. And I know an angry Kevin Siggy, when I see one, he will not leave anything left on this table. Team Redline at the moment trying to work their way at least one car up the order. Siggy, Benito at the moment staring at the back of Yuri Toman. Niels Niox rejoins the fight, and you can see Siggy's furious, waving his hand in the air. He is angry at the Czech driver that's made his way through, angry at the fact that, of course, there's not long left to go in this race. Confirmation of a penalty towards the 95 of Ulas Ozilderim. Of course, the Team Faceland car being forced to give up a single position by creating an overtake. 4 different teams, 4 different marks, 4 different drivers as ESL R1 round 4 comes to a close, and it's Dara McCormack taking victory on the return to Spa. The Irishman did it in qualifying with a record-breaking lap, and he's committed throughout the race. 7 of the best as he takes top honours here in ESL R1.